You start by tying two legitimate knots. Binding the silks together, the knots are tightened by either you or a spectator. The knots are real and they are tight. Then, magically, right in front of your audience's eyes, the knots dissipate into thin air, leaving the two silks separated in your spectator's hands.
Do knotted silks still pack a punch in this day and age? Let's find out. G'day champion, how are you? Welcome back to Murphy's Magic Stumped. My name of course is Beau Creamer. Thank you so much for joining me today. Now how was your weekend? Did you have a great time? You did? Oh, what'd you get up to? Oh, blimey, that sounds amazing. Well, my friend, I'm glad you had a great weekend. Now put those feet up because today we're about to find out everything that you need to know about Slydini's knotted silks. Now before we get into this week's episode, I do want to tell you about this episode's giveaway. If you want a chance to win the Classics bundle, all you need to do is stick around till later on in the episode and I'll show you how to enter that giveaway. Now I have to admit, when I first saw Slydini's knotted silks, this actually stumped the bejesus out of me. I had no idea how it was done. I originally thought it's some sort of fake knot, but then I saw it is a real knot that you can actually tie. Then I thought we'll get into what I thought in just a second and how I was completely stumped. Now before we get into all of that hubbubaloo, let's see Bill Malone's performance of Slydini's silks.
Let's try a really good, what? What's that? You just challenged me, didn't you? I heard you thought I didn't hear that. You thought I'd be he just challenged me. David, settle down, man. Snap. Hey, wake up. Smell the coffee, okay? Please. Did you hear David challenge me? He just challenged. Folks, did you hear him? Yeah. He challenged me, didn't he? All right, I'm going to accept that challenge. Okay. Now, hey, don't start with me because I'll slap you. I mean it. I'll backhand you right off the chair. Normally, what happens when somebody challenges me during a show is I pick the weapons. I usually pick guns. What happens is we count to 3, I turn around on 2, I shoot you in the back. Okay? But today, because you challenged me, we'll let you pick the weapons, okay? So name a number from 1 to 10. 7. Okay, wrong. It was 3. So I get to choose the weapons, and the weapons is going to be handkerchiefs. Handkerchiefs. What we're going to do is we're going to see who can untie a knot the quickest, me or you. That is the challenge, okay? And good luck to you on this, okay? Yeah, put your glasses on. That's very good. Okay? Are those yours? Can you see? You all right? Okay, all right, here we go. Watch this close. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start off. We're going to let David help me with the knot. That way, everything will be fair. We have 2 handkerchiefs. These are Polish babushkas. I usually wear these to the show. Okay? Here's what we're going to do. Will you help me out with this? Yep. Do me a favor. Just finish the knot there. Take it and tie it tight. And don't be afraid to rip them because I can get more. Okay. Okay? Pull them really tight, David. As tight as you can. Really pull. No, I'm serious. Dave, pull tight. Okay, if you don't want to do it, then well, if you don't want to do this, wait a minute.
Do it again.
You did it.
One more time.
All right, we'll do it again, just for you. It's going to cost you a couple of bucks, but we'll do it again. All right, now I'm going to show you what it is. See, some people don't believe that I really can do that. So I'm going to do it slow. I'm going to, first of all, show you how you can tie the knot. Okay? Now, it doesn't matter if you tie a square knot or a granny knot. The important thing is that it's tight. So watch this close. Make sure this is a fair knot. David, I want you to tell everybody, does that look fair so far?
Yes, it is.
It is. It really is. Look, I'm going to put that through there, and watch me as close as you can. Can you see that?
Yep.
That's fair, pretty tight. Okay? Now, would you do me a favor? Would you take the other ends and would you tie those, please? Let me straighten them out for you first. I'll straighten them out. Just because it's a better trick if you straighten. Okay. All right. Okay. You're the one that challenged me, but I'm getting him. You know what I'm saying? All right. Okay. We'll do this one more time. Let's try it again. This time, what I'd like you to do, would you do me a favor? Would you tie those together? Because you might think that maybe I'm doing a trick knot, which I am. So just go, pull it as tight as you possibly can. Make it real. Yeah. And make it tight. Don't be afraid to pull them. Really. That's good. That's very good. Pull it tight. Really get into it. Is that tight? Wow, that is tight. What do you call a knot like that?
A square knot.
Would you do me a favor? Would you take those apart for me? No, just kidding. Do me a favor. Tie another one on top just to make sure. Tie another one. It's okay. That's a nice ring. No, hey, I won't. That's pretty.
Don't look at the ring.
Next best thing to gold. That's nice. All right. Pull it tight. That's good. Did you wait? Did I tell you to pull it tight? Okay. Looks like we got a problem here. Would you do me a favor? If there's enough room, would you tie another one? I don't know if there's enough room, but give it a shot.
We'll give it a shot.
That's very good. What? I'm sorry? Okay. Just tie it tight. Here we go. I don't know if there's enough room, but if there is, pull it tight.
Give me a tight one.
That's good. Take your time. Is that a needle mark? It's a while. Right, that's good. Did you get it?
I don't know. No.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Would you do me a favor? Would you hold on to this one and you hold on to this one? Give them both a big round of applause. Yes! Yeah, baby!
See, how good does that look? That was the performance that got me into the Slydini Silks. So good. Now I know what you're waiting for. Let's get into the full breakdown right now. Let's kick this all off with the tutorial itself. How does it look when you watch this at home? Well, what you're seeing on screen right now is exactly how this looks on your DVD player, phone, or even an Etch-a-Sketch. Maybe not. Maybe not an Etch-a-Sketch. Everything is taken from a classic L&L publishing release. It's incredibly well shot, super clean, and easy to understand. There's multiple camera angles, and everything in this explanation is covered several times. And if video is not your thing, there's a digibook which contains 42 pages of Slydini's animated instructions, including 69 photographs. But we'll get more onto all of that in just a second. Now, if that's all you needed to know and you want to pick up Slydini's Knotted Silks right now, well, there's another thing I have to tell you about. It comes in the 18-inch and 24-inch. Now, the 18-inch you can get for $35, and the 24-inch is $40. Both the 18-inch and 24-inch are white silks. Now you may be thinking, hey Beau, I must be like an expert level Boy Scout to do all these crazy knots and do things with knots. Now, not at all, my friend. You need a skill level of an intermediate magician to do it. Now honestly, the moves are quite beginner level moves, but you need to be an intermediate magician to do this because there's misdirection and powder involved. Now when the mailman arrives at your door and hands you Slydini's Knotted Silks, what do you get inside this marvelous box? Well, my friend, apart from getting the little card that has the instructional link and password on it, you obviously get your silks. And can I just say, these silks are so well made. After learning all about them in the instructional video, they are gonna last you a long time. I've been giving them a rough go, tying knots, pulling them as tight as I can, performing with them, getting my spectators to pull on them as tight as I can, and I've had no fraying, no anything funny to go with them. These silks are really well made. When you pick them up and you get the instructional video, you'll find out all the insane things that they've actually done to these to make them last. Like, look at this. Beautiful. Now, we actually don't do this normally on Stumped, where we divulge and talk about methods, but we had a few people online discuss that they were like magnetic locking knots that pull off and you can go up a sleeve with a reel. These are actually legitimately just normal silks. They kind of remind me of a fancy restaurant's like napkins, but these silks are just really well made. So there's nothing funny about them. There's just regular silks. Now, can you use the spectator silks or handkerchiefs once you know the method? Absolutely you can. There's a little bit more involved, which they go over in the explanational video. But overall, yes, you can use the spectator silks or handkerchiefs or scarves, whatever you want to use. But I highly recommend using the ones provided because they are so sturdy. The last thing you want to do is grab your spectator's Gucci scarf and pull it and fray it. These bad boys, well, they're made to last. That Gucci Cabana stuff ain't, baby. Now, what magician will be performing Slydini's Knotted Silks? Which is a great question because silks don't really seem like modern magic material. Well, my friend, like I mentioned earlier, that these silks remind me of like a fancy napkin at a restaurant. So this is perfect for walk around close-up table work. And honestly, the way I've been performing it lately is I have one in my pocket, and when I go to do some card work, I wipe down the table beforehand with the silks to make them look like I'm just mopping something up, do a card trick, and then get into the silks. It just seems so natural for me to be using a napkin or a cloth on the table to wipe everything down and then do magic with that napkin. So this is made for being close up in your spectators' hands right in front of their eyes. This will also play extremely well in parlor situations and even on stage if you have a camera to have close-ups of those knots. Now, if you're a social media magician, I can see you out on the street showing people all these knots that they can't get apart, that they can do tug-of-war with, and you instantly have them separated. Beautiful. Now let's take a break from this breakdown for just a second for the mid-episode giveaway. But before we get into this episode's giveaway, I want to find out who won last episode's bundle. So drum roll please. Someone silenced me drum! I'd probably do the same thing. These drum beats are getting ridiculous. Now congratulations my friend, you're the winner of last episode's bundle. So if you could DM me on any of Murphy's socials, I'll get that prize out to you quicker. You can say, hey, bring back the drum beat. Now onto this week's giveaway. If you want a chance to win the Classics of Magic bundle, all you need to do is comment below what color silks would you have. Would you have white? Would you have them made into red, green, orange, aggressive nutmeg? Whatever it is, let me know in the comment section below. I'll choose someone out at random and you'll be announced in the next episode. So good luck. Also, if you haven't checked out last week's episode of Stumped, make sure you do. Card on screen right now. It's where I go over absolutely everything you need to know about this incredible piece of magic. Now let's get more into the explanation itself. What do you actually learn? Now, like I mentioned earlier on in this episode, this is a classic L&L release. So everything kicks off with Steve Drurin's performance and then into his explanation. Then you see from Jim Salini, then into Bill Malone's test of strength, and then his explanation. The whole thing runs for 1 hour, 2 minutes and 31 seconds. But don't forget you also have Slydini's digibook. This is over 42 pages of in-depth handling with accompanying photographs. So you're actually learning from 4 expert magicians on their versions of the silks. So it really doesn't get any better than that. And I actually have to mention kudos to Bill. While I was practicing this, I kept getting the knots tight that I couldn't undo. Then in Bill Malone's performance and explanation during one of his nuances, he actually mentions this really cool move that solved all of my issues. As soon as he said it, it was like the heavens opened and everything was just so much easier to do. Which leads on to, are they examinable? Well, yes, 100% they are. The silks are 100% examinable at the beginning, during, and at the end of the performance. The knots are tied by the spectators, the knots pulled by the spectators, everything is handled by the spectators. You can hand everything. Literally, anytime you want, the silks can be examined. And like I mentioned earlier on in the episode, the silks can be also borrowed from the spectator. So if you really want, you can borrow the spectator's scarf, handkerchief, whatever you want, and be able to do this. There's a few things you got to keep an eye on though when you borrow the silks, but you'll learn that in the explanation. Which leads on to, what are the angles like? Well, the angles are exceptional. You can perform this surrounded. As you can see in these parlor performances, they are made for spectators to be all around you, watching every move, right up in front of their eyes, and they never see a thing. Which also really intrigues me. After I learned one of the steps in the explanation, I thought the spectators got to see that, but performing it myself, they have no idea. It is so good. Okay, so that's enough of me flapping my gums and rambling on about how much I love the Slydini silks. Let's wrap this up into a nice little package. Here you learn a classic of magic from the masters, past and present. The magic happens right in front of your audience's eyes. 2 silk handkerchiefs are tied together and tightened by both you and the spectator. The spectator can even tie their own knots. Then right before their eyes, the knots vanish into thin air. The effect is so perplexing as everything can happen right in the hands of your spectators. Now for this first time, everything you need to add this classic to your own act is all in one place. First, there's the downloadable instruction from the master himself, Slydini. Here, Slydini guides you through the routine step by step in the original meticulously written and photo illustrated digi-manuscript. Then get ready for Steve Drurin, Jim Salini and Bill Malone to teach you their own handlings. Bill Malone, one of the world's greatest magicians working today, performed Test of Strength, his handling of Slydini's classic routine. And as you saw, he performed this right in front of an absolutely baffled and entertained audience. Now finally, let's get on to those props. 2 specially made silks of exacting requirements for the routines, enabling you to have the right materials to begin learning the process immediately. The mystery and entertainment of Slydini's knotted silks is now within your grasp. The only thing missing from the equation and a new generation of enchanted audiences is you. Again, this is so easy to learn and super easy to do. Once you know how to handle your silks, you really just have to focus on your presentation. So if you want to see more on the Slydini's knotted silks, there'll be a link in the description below to the 18-inch, which you can get for $35, and you need a skill level of an intermediate magician to do it, and also the 24-inch, which is $40, and again, you need a skill level of an intermediate magician to do it. Now, my friend, I hope I cleared up a lot of questions that you had about the Slydini's knotted silks. If you do have any more questions, please throw them down in the comment section below, but make sure you use the hashtag #QuestionTime so I can find them amongst all the competition entries. Now, my friend, I will let you get back to your Tuesday. Have a great day doing whatever you're doing. I'll see you tomorrow on a What's New This Week, on Saturday for another Saturday Sorcery, and on our Discord for a weekly jams, trivia, games, hangouts, and even more. Now take care, my friend. See you later. Bye for now. That was a really long take. Well done, me. I probably said lots of things wrong. Whoa, hey, whoa, what's that? Oh, you should definitely check out that. Oh, there's so much good magic in there. You won't regret it. Hey, whoa, hey, look at this bad boy. You should definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe, then watch that. Oh, it's a good day to treat yourself.